Hey everyone, and welcome back. You have asked for it, and now it is here. It is an in-depth guide into the world of ChatGPT for beginners. I made this video because while a lot of people have really dove into ChatGPT over the past year, there are so many people in so many industries that still don't know what it is. This video is for them. Even if you know a little bit about ChatGPT, I am going to walk you through some things you might not know. And if you already do, skip to the next tip if you like. And hopefully after we go over these 25 tips and tricks, all of you beginners out there will be able to go from novice to a seasoned pro. Again, if you're new to the channel, my name is Ben Silverman and I come from the traditional film and television world. But I have been heads down for the past year learning artificial intelligence and the tools that are coming out allowing creators to gain superpowers. I started a company called Seeded with a goal to make AI more accessible for creatives and creators. These videos are really for everyone, but especially beginners who don't know where to start and want a place where they feel like it is okay to learn at their own pace. So please, don't forget to like and subscribe to the page if you find this information useful. That really help me out and help out the channel, and comment with any other videos you might want to see. Also, if you want to keep up with your learning, head over to my newsletter and sign up. I'll send out an email newsletter once a week, keeping you up on everything that is going on in AI. All right, get comfortable and let's dive in. Tip number 1. You should upgrade to ChatGPT+. You should really consider upgrading to ChatGPT+, because there are so many advanced features like faster response time, priority access to new features and beta features. There's more robust capabilities in handling complex queries. There's a lot more. Some of them I'm going to get into in the next few tips and tricks, because you'll only be able to do some of these things if you are an actual subscriber. And it's only $20 a month, so it's really worth it for the value that you get out of it. Tip number 2. You should really get into the plugin store. You can explore the ChatGPT plugin store to enhance all of its capabilities. Plugins can add functionalities like advanced graphic design, travel. There are so many things you can do here. Now, I'm not going to really go super in depth into what is in the plugin store, like your Zapier, your Canvas, CapCuts. They all have plugins, but I actually made another video about this, and you can watch that if you click right there. And if you'd like to see that one, just go ahead, view that video and come on back, or save it and view it at the end of this video. Okay, tip number 3, assigning roles to ChatGPT. Now this is really cool. So this is a really cool feature. It allows you to give ChatGPT a specific character or persona. For instance, what I'm going to do is I am going to take a prompt that I've already come up with, write a birthday message from a William Shakespeare character to my wife. And it's going to do just that. It will craft a message with its best Elizabethan twist. To my dearest wife, on this auspicious day of thy birth, from the quill of one who hath traversed time's vast girth, a message from the heart of Shakespeare's own creation, to celebrate thy life, a joyous jubilation. From Juliet's tender heart, a love so pure and true, I send these wishes, fair as morning's first dew. Thy beauty doth eclipse the blushing break of day. In thy eyes the stars of heaven find their way. I'm not going to read this entire thing, but you can see that it's come up with something really cool. Tip number 4, renaming chat logs. Now, it's all about organization, and ChatGPT usually makes up its own name for all of your logs, but you don't actually have to keep them. Right? So if you want to organize and track your chat logs better, all you have to do is you come over. I'm going to just use my Shakespearean birthday message, and I'm going to click on that. Left click is fine. I'm going to just hit rename, and I'm going to say birthday message to my wife from William Shakespeare. And done. Now it's changed the log. That's it. That's that easy. Tip number 5, sharing chat thread links. If you ever came up with something incredible that you want all of your friends, your colleagues, your family, the neighbor down the road to use, it's super easy to share your insights. ChatGPT allows you to share the chat thread with anyone. Now, all you have to do is you go right to the chat thread. You could do it in 2 places. You can do it right up here. I could click on it and it messages you send are creating link, won't be shared. Anyone with the URL will be able to view the shared chat. And it literally just created this thing that I can share. Once you copy that link, you could just send it to a friend and they can view everything that you just did. It's pretty incredible. Tip number 6, formatting outputs. ChatGPT can present responses in various formats. It can create code for you, tables, lists, and much more. Let's create a table of the top sports teams on the East Coast of the United States. Include baseball, hockey, and football. Now I'm going to send it. Creating a table of the top sports teams on the East Coast of the US across baseball, hockey, and football. And it's literally creating a table for me right here. So baseball, we've got the Yankees, the Red Sox, Atlanta Braves, Boston for hockey, Boston Bruins, Washington Capitals. The city, it says where they're from, notable achievements, the World Series title, Stanley Cup champions, Super Bowl champions. It's pretty amazing and it's pretty robust. Tip number 7, be concise with your prompts. When you're interacting with ChatGPT, clarity is key. You want to avoid overly complex or vague prompts. Instead, you want to be direct and specific about what you need. So instead of saying, I need some information about movies, try this prompt on for size. Provide a list of top 5 highly reviewed family action movies over the past 5 years that I can watch with my kids. And it's using one of the plugins. Here are some highly reviewed family action movies from the past 5 years that you can enjoy watching with your kids. Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. It talks about Miles Morales as he travels across the multiverse. The Amazing Maurice, a CGI animated movie based on a children's book by Terry Pratchett. Percy Jackson and the Olympians. Creed 3. Yeah, I don't know about that. And it's giving me Cocaine Bear as well. And with that, you see I could even be more concise. So Creed 3 and Cocaine Bear are not necessarily something that I would watch with my kids. So I would probably be a little bit more specific and say my kids that are under 6 years old. Tip number 8, generating to-do lists. ChatGPT can efficiently generate to-do lists from paragraphs of text. This is especially useful for extracting actionable items from lengthy emails or messages. Now I'm going to put in an email here that I wrote to my son with a few chores for him to do when he gets home from school. But I am going to write it as an email and he could use it to generate a to-do list from what I actually wrote. All right, and this is the email. Hey bud, when you get home from school, I want you to take out the trash, do the dishes, and feed the dog. I know that you didn't have time to clean your room last night, so if you want to watch TV later, clean your room and then do your homework. And then you can watch TV before bed. Now what I'm going to do right here is I am going to say, can you create a to-do list from the questions my dad wanted me to do in this email? Sure, here's a to-do list based on your dad's email. Take out the trash, do the dishes, feed the dog, clean your room, do your homework, watch TV after completing the above tasks. Simple. Tip number 9, changing the tone of your writing. You can adjust the tone of ChatGPT's responses, whether you need a formal response, a professional response. You could change the tone of an email that you wrote to make it something more casual. So what I'm going to do right here is I'm going to take the same email that I wrote to my son and I'm going to say, can you write the attached email to my wife, my loving wife, instead of my distracted son? The tone should be much different based on the person I am sending it to. And immediately it's going to revise this for me. Here is the email that it wrote back for me. I hope your day is going as beautifully as you are. When you get a chance after coming home, could you please take care of a few things around the house? Take out the trash, doing the dishes, feeding our adorable dog. I understand we've both been quite busy lately, and I really appreciate all of your effort making our home a wonderful place. If you're up for it and have some time, it would be great if we could also tidy up a bit. After everything's settled, let's spend some time relaxing together. Maybe we can catch up on a favorite TV show or just enjoy a quiet evening. Thanks for everything you do, my love. You make every day brighter. Yeah, I like it. Might change a little bit into my own words, but it's definitely not to my son anymore. There you have it. Tip number 10. Prompting follow-up questions. Don't forget to utilize follow-up questions or commands. ChatGPT can continue the conversation, providing more in-depth information or clarification. It can also give you updates to a previous conversation. I am going to bring back up my sports table and ask it to create additional teams to the list. Instead of 3 teams for baseball, can you include 8? Certainly, expanding the list to include 8 top baseball teams from the East Coast of the US. And here it goes. It's rewriting the table. And you see I went to a different thread and then I came back. Now it's going to give me more teams. As simple as that. Tip number 11. Explain it like I am a child. Ever struggled to understand a complex topic? Ask ChatGPT to explain it to you like you are a child. This simplifies the explanation, making it easier to grasp. Now, what I'm going to do right here is I'm going to start a new chat, and I'm going to say, explain William Shakespeare to me as if I am a child. Imagine you're a big, fun costume party where everyone is telling amazing stories. William Shakespeare was like the best storyteller at that party. A long, long time ago, he lived in England over 400 years ago, which is like going back more than 16 times your age if you're 5 years old. Shakespeare wrote plays, which are like movies or TV shows you watch, but they were performed on stage with actors wearing fancy costumes. He wrote about kings and queens, fairies and magicians, brave heroes, and even some silly characters who made people laugh. It's a lot longer, but I think you get the idea. Now you can expand on it, you can make it shorter, you can be more concise, you can ask it anything. Tip number 12. Change the style of your writing. ChatGPT can adapt to various writing styles. You can ask it to write in the style of a famous author, a historical figure, or even a fictional character. So I'm going to give me 10 story ideas in the style of Agatha Christie. Sure, calculating short story ideas. And then it comes up with literally these short story ideas that I can brainstorm and continue writing if I'd like to. The Mysterious Manuscript, The Last Train to Paddington, The Secret of the Sapphire Book, Murder at the Viscarage Garden Party, The Vanishing Guest. If you know Agatha Christie, these are things that she could have written. Tip number 13. Quickly learn with ChatGPT. Use ChatGPT for rapid learning. It can summarize articles, create key point lists, and even provide overviews of complex subjects. For example, I am going to ask it if it can summarize what happened during the French Revolution. The French Revolution was a major event in history that dramatically changed France and had a lasting impact on the world. Economic crisis, social inequality, enlightened ideas. You see how quickly you can get to research. This is the most important part. Tip number 14. You can analyze links with web browsing. You can use ChatGPT's web browsing feature to analyze links and web browsing content. For instance, you can ask ChatGPT to provide you SEO recommendations for a web page just by analyzing its content. You can even just look up, can you analyze the SEO for CNN.com? And it's using a plugin right now to search the internet. And from there, it's going to give me SEO recommendations. Meta tags and Open Graph Protocol. And you can do this for any website. Contact diversity. The website covers a wide range of topics, including current events, political, internal linking, robust linking structure, uses engagement features. Now you can see the type of work you can get back by utilizing this feature to analyze a website. It's remarkable. Tip number 15, templatize useful prompts. You can create templates for prompts you frequently use. This saves you time and ensures consistency in your prompts. For example, I'm putting, I would like a dinner for a Greek recipe with chicken. And if I really like this, it's making me a chicken souvlaki with tzatziki sauce, right? But if I like this and I want to use it a lot, I can literally just put this instead. I would like a meal type for a cuisine type recipe with meat or veggie type. So by putting those things in parentheses, you'll see it's going to tell me, certainly. Now it's going to say, what do I need to give it in order for me to get that response? And then you can save this and hand this out, and then other people can use those templates for their prompts. Tip number 16, use step-by-step guides for complex tasks. You can ask ChatGPT to provide step-by-step guidance. Whether it's crafting a legal document or planning an event, ChatGPT can break down the process into manageable steps. You know, I just finished shooting a short film and I need to throw a party for my cast and crew. Can you provide me with a step-by-step guide how to do this? And then ChatGPT can do just that. Absolutely, throwing a party for your cast and crew is fantastic. Here's a step-by-step guide. Check availability, consider timing. Step 2, talking about choosing the venue, the size and location, the atmosphere, plan the budget, allocate funds, cost saving. Again, these are simple things, but once you start getting into detailed step-by-step actions that you need to maybe deliver to someone else or understand how to do yourself, it can go really, really heavy into complexity. Tip 17. Use ChatGPT for entertainment. You know, ChatGPT isn't just for productivity. It can also be used for entertainment. You can ask it to write stories, suggest music, or even come up with movie recommendations. You know what? My son loves to come up with bedtime stories with ChatGPT. So usually I'll say, can you come up with a story where a unicorn and a fairy are running in the woods away from a monster to protect a little girl? And it literally will write that story, The Enchanted Escape. Once upon a time in a mystical forest where the trees whispered ancient secrets to the stars, shone brighter than anywhere else in the world, there lived a unique unicorn named Lumina, and her best friend, a sprightly fairy named Zephyra. There were the guardians of the forest, protectors of the magical beings who resided within its emerald embrace. It's going to write a lot more here. I am going to stop it, but you can get the idea. It goes really into detail, and then my son has created this story. Tip number 18, coding assistance. ChatGPT can assist with coding tasks. Whether you're troubleshooting code or need help with CSS for a website, ChatGPT can provide code snippets and solutions. So one thing that I'm going to do is I am going to say, I need an After Effects script to create a camera shake for clips. Can you write that for me? Creating an After Effects script for a camera shake effect involves writing a script in Extend Script. And literally right here, it's writing what I can use in After Effects. Amazing. Tip number 19, brainstorm new ideas. You can use ChatGPT for brainstorming sessions. It can help generate business names, marketing ideas, or film ideas. I use it all the time to generate ideas for films I want to make, or YouTube videos. I even made an entire video dedicated to this, where you can watch right there. Click on that, watch it now, and come back, wait till after, and then you can find the video on my page. Tip 20. You can journal with ChatGPT. ChatGPT can assist you with journaling by asking reflective questions and helping really format journal entries. Like you could say, please help me in a step-by-step guide to creating effective journaling entries that will help me when looking back in the future. Can you guide me through these questions? And then it can create a step-by-step guide into what questions you can answer to have effective journaling, and then you could keep learning from there. Tip number 21, speak like a human. Well, you are one, so that should be easy. When you're interacting with ChatGPT, use natural conversational language. This makes your prompts more understandable and relatable to the AI. And you don't need to get into coding. That's why it's so easy. You can just talk to it like you're talking to a friend, and it will understand you. Tip number 22, check for plagiarism. Before using ChatGPT generated content, especially for academic or professional purposes, check for plagiarism to ensure originality. You should not use ChatGPT to do the work for you, but more for research or thought starters. It can help you get to the writing or the work faster. It can help you brainstorm, but it still should be your work. You should not just use it verbatim. And there are going to be so many things to be able to tell whether or not somebody did do this. So I would just use your best judgment, and really, I wouldn't do that at all. Tip number 23, you can study with ChatGPT. ChatGPT can be a valuable study partner, and it can create flashcards, quizzes, and even provide detailed explanations on various topics. Can you create a quiz for me so I can learn my multiplication? Certainly, here's a basic multiplication quiz for you to practice. I'll provide a series of questions and you can try to answer them. What is 5 times 6, 8 times 7, 9 times 4, 12 times 3? It can basically develop my own lesson plan so I can study at home. So if I'm coming up in school, I can use this for flashcards or questions. It's fantastic. Tip number 24, create personalized plans. ChatGPT can create personalized plans based on your specific needs and goals, whether it's for diet, exercise, or even a learning schedule. I can ask ChatGPT, provide me with a 1-week fitness routine. I am a 40-year-old man wanting to get muscle mass. And just like that, it will create one for me. And it's talking about focusing on safety. Here's a sample 1-week routine to help you get started. Chest and triceps. It's going to tell me to bench press 4 sets of 8 to 10. Dumbbells, incline dumbbells, tricep. And I can ask ChatGPT to go into depth and tell me how to do each one of these. And tip number 25, the latest and greatest, create GPTs. You can create your own version of ChatGPT on your own. It's so simple. You have to be a paid customer though. I made an entire video on that as well. You can check that out right there. It is incredible, and this is one of its best features. It is going to be basically an app store moment for OpenAI, and it is so worth checking out. You're going to be able to make your own, sell your own, give them to other people. You can upload knowledge bases. It's just fantastic. Check out the other video so you can see a little bit more in depth of what I'm talking about. Now, this is just diving into the basics, right? The more you can practice, you will find different ways that work for you even better. Keep in mind that ChatGPT is getting better and better by the day, and there will be so much more to learn as we go. Leave a comment below on any tips I may have missed. Comment also what else you would like to see. Thanks again for watching, and I really hope this was helpful to you.